Hey, Vinyl Community, Jeff here again, and I got a couple things in over the weekend. Wanted to share. Yeah, these were pre-ordered a handful of months ago, earlier. I don't know, Aprilish, I think. And so yeah, they came in a little quicker than I thought. But so and I assume some of these bands are going to be kind of. Well, let me start. I'm going to start this way. Start this way first. No, I'm going to start this way first. All right. I got this new vinyl, first time on vinyl release of Circle of Dust's Brainchild. Again, you know, I was going to say, maybe a little lesser known band to most of you, I'm not sure. Industrial metal, heavy type, not super heavy, but it's a double record set on red. Real briefly, give you a rundown. Circle of Dust. So really, actually, let me give you a quick rundown. Circle of Dust. I've mentioned it before. I've shown how I've got like multiple copies of their first album on vinyl. There's a regular edition, which was so it was released in '92, and then they remixed it and re-recorded some of it in '95, and then they reissued it again in like 2016 with some extra bonus stuff. But the 1995 edition, which had some different songs and it was remixed, changed up, re-recorded. They released that on vinyl a while back, a handful of years ago, you know, in the past 5 years, I guess, maybe. And then the 25th anniversary edition, 25th, there was a anniversary edition where they remixed it like pretty differently. And that was released on CD and vinyl, and I picked that up. So I'm like, how many copies of the same album do you need? Well, you know, they're slightly different. Well, Brainchild's a little bit the same. So Brainchild, I call it Brainchild. You know, it's a Circle of Dust Brainchild. But really, so Circle of Dust first album came out, like I said, in '92. And then in '94, it was on Rex Records. And Doug Mann is the guy who kind of, I think he was the owner / producer, main guy behind Rex. So what happened is, he wrote a bunch of lyrics, I believe is how it went down. And then Scott, the guy behind, or Clayton as he's known now, Scott behind Circle of Dust did all the music. So basically it was kind of a little bit on the heavier guitar side than the Circle of Dust stuff was, which was definitely a little more on the industrial side, but it was very heavy guitar oriented. Well, Doug Mann wrote the lyrics, he wrote the music, did all the programming and everything, and they released the album as the name Brainchild. This is the original 1994 release. It was called Mind Warp. Brainchild Mind Warp. So this was the original album. Totally different band. Scott Albert, or you know, Clayton is the guy behind all the music. Doug Mann was the guy behind it, so it was kind of a Doug and Scott project. But then a couple years after that, they reissued the album as Circle of Dust Brainchild. So it did get reissued, you know, probably cleaned up a little, whatever. I don't know, did some changes. So then in 2016, when they reissued it, they updated the cover art, and they, you know, this is a 2-disc set, bonus track stuff, and this was put out by Clayton's group on his label, and they reissued all the old stuff from Circle of Dust. And so this is what this is, and so when they released it on vinyl, they went with that edition. Now, I did notice that there are all the songs from the CD on there, not from the one with all the bonus tracks. I thought that these last 5 songs on side D were going to be some of the, you know, remixes of stuff that was on this set. But actually, aside from the song Am I in Sync, which is a Steve Taylor cover song from a Steve Taylor tribute album, the other 4 songs are remixes of songs on the album, but they're not on this. I don't see them on any other release. So they're actually new for this, I assume new for this album. So now when I bought the album, they give you digital download. I didn't download it because I have everything that I thought was available on here, and I thought this was just the same. Now I get this in, I realize these songs are not the same. So I wrote them and said, hey, can I get a link to that download again if these songs are available in digital format? So, like I say, double record set, it's a gatefold. Not a whole lot going on in there. And then it's got a booklet that comes with it, which is just a lyric booklet. It's got the artwork there, slightly different artwork, the logo, and it's just lyrics. It's there's no pictures or anything. Anyway, yeah, but you know, thrilled to have that, because that's really it's been one of my favorite albums forever. Now they did, you know, there was a video release for Telltale Crime, and it was the Circle of Dust band did that, so you can find that out there.
One system, government, world domination, omnipotent. One for all, worldly wise. All for one, total rhyme.
The American people should demand that their president tell the truth.
If you didn't know, so Circle of Dust did that. They did a 95 album. They did that in 95. They did another album shortly thereafter, Disengage, I think 98-ish. And then they were gone. And then a handful of years later, Scott comes back, or Clayton, like I said, the mastermind behind everything musical on this album, singing everything. He comes out with Cell Dweller. Well, Cell Dweller have a brand new album out, Satellite. This just came out. And so while I was buying that, that's what I went after. But this, I think these were on sale. So I went ahead and grabbed the new Cell Dweller. But I grabbed this one. It's a single record set. It's the newest album. Maybe there is another one I'm missing. Anyway, this one's got a booklet just like the others. And it's got lyrics and just a lot of, So Cell Dweller is a little different in that it's not as industrial. It's definitely not. It is somewhat industrial, but it's not as metallic. There's not a lot of heavy guitar. There is some guitar. I mean, it's different. It's a different feel, different approach than what he was doing with Circle of Dust. So he did Cell Dweller for quite a few years. And then he came back a handful of years ago and put out a new Circle of Dust album, and it was a little more aggressive. And that's sort of the Circle of Dust feel. And then this is a little more. Almost dancey, but yet still industrial rockin' feeling. Because then, a couple years ago, he comes out with a third project called Scandroid, which is definitely on the poppier side of an industrial feel. And this is actually this is a double record set, The Darkness and The Light. It's two records. They were released as The Darkness and Light, part 1 and 2, basically. This was released on vinyl, so I went ahead and grabbed that. So really, in this one order, I purchased all three of the outfits that Clayton is now heavily involved in. Now, I do have, I didn't have any other Scandroid. I think this is probably their third and fourth or third album? But they just about a week or so ago sent the thing out where the first Scandroid album has just been dropped, pre-ordered for vinyl, and I did order that. So I think this might be maybe this is not the first one on vinyl, but it's the first one I was able to get. So it just came out though, pre-order, and that's what is part of what's coming in here. This is a double record set. Again, a little more on the, I hate to say pop, but it is a little more on the pop side. A little more of the lighter side. This is on a split. I think they had multiple colors, black and white split. And it too has the customary lyric booklet with additional art. The artwork and stuff that he does on his records is just so cool. Some really great stuff, very anime type. And then they threw in this. The label is Fix It. I always say Fix It. F-I-X-T. The little critter there. They sent the picture in for that. So there you go. Like I said, the main thing I was going after is I really definitely wanted to complete the Circle of Dust collection with what they've got. Now there's 2 more albums by them that I'm hoping they come out with. But there you go. Grab that while I was at it. Had these other 2. Check out the stuff, fixt.com. Check out the website. They have a lot of other bands that are industrial that they're kind of involved with. But the Circle of Dust, Cell Dweller, and Scandroid are the 3 that Clayton is mostly behind. And you can see all the different styles there. Great stuff. I've enjoyed their stuff over the years. And so these are some new ones here, adding them to my collection on vinyl. All right, I'll see you later. Rock on and rock hard.